All right, hello, ladies and jelly spoons. Welcome to Inside Mario Kart Mechanics. Now, in this episode, we're not gonna do too much practice because, like I said, practice makes perfect. But you're gonna see in an actual race how all of these things have come together. Now, some of these videos are going to illustrate how we learn, and then other of them are going to show you practical, applicable mechanics in a real-time race. So what we're going to do right now, straight from the gate, is I'm going to jump into a real race called Whistle Time Summit. And that, if you don't know what Whistle Time Summit is, it's the train board. Now, there are 14 different strategies on this board right now that the top Mario Kart players in the world are using. I use a tailor-made strategy that pulls from some, from others. But my combinations work for me. I'm not going to say they work for you. I'm not going to say they work for everybody. But as long as you secure the victory, that's all that matters. So, ladies and jelly spoons, let the day turn to night. Let the car tires take flight, because this is inside Mario Kart World Mechanics. So, ladies and jelly spoons, let's jump into a live race and you get to see these actual things I've been teaching you in application. You will also see the cheating. So this is Donkey Kong's board, and Donkey Kong will do anything to win. But like I said, if you get hit, get back up. If you get knocked down, stand back up. Do not admit defeat, and take every chance and opportunity you have to take them out as they take you out. But more importantly, have fun. Don't get frustrated. That's when you lose, and the computer knows that. Now, the computer is known to cheat on this board in so many ways, but I'm going to try to use my strategy of being where they're not and meet them where they are. Like that. So, I have my music in my ears. Like I said, music helps. Let's turn you around, jump into a real race right from the gate, and we'll analyze what happened after the race was over. Hopefully I come out on top. That's what we're aiming for. All right, guys, are you ready? Take a deep breath. Whoo! Woosah. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. An actual race, all right? Right from the gate, aim to increase that ground speed. And that's the strategy. Look how far we are ahead of them. That is the strategy, ladies and gentlemen. You saw that shit live. I love this game. I absolutely love this game. I love the mechanics. I love that the developers put so much work into how you play these boards, because more importantly than playing is how you play. And there's so many factors that can change in an instant. So as you said, as you saw, I'm literally using my ground speed and utilizing the boost strategy of drafting behind somebody. When you get behind somebody for a certain amount of time, you get a boost. Now I know the computer cuts across this field, so I tried to cut across first. And as you can see, I'm ahead of them by a little bit, and I tried to keep using and increasing my ground speed, both by coins and by standing tricking. Now I threw it back there just to throw some shade, because I know the computer was thinking about hitting me, and if you have something behind you, they already know. See, they're trying to catch me and draft, and if they catch my draft, they'll pass me. Now the computer goes right, so I go left. Like I said, meet them where they are, but be where they're not. See? The computer goes to that side. Now I'm using the rail to grind, and the computer, I see Donkey came actually behind me. Like I said, the computer adapts its strategy to your gameplay. Now I jumped up here because I know Donkey Kong is going to take the other railing. I also know I had a super horn, and that they were probably going to shoot a blue shell, which I was ready for. I'm surprised they didn't use a lightning. Now, like I said before, when you're on a straightaway on a rail, I would say you could trick forward, but if you accidentally hit the wrong direction, you'll actually fall off the map, and that can be disastrous. So like I said, I knew the blue shell was coming. Now I could have used the rewind feature. Now this is one of my new little shortcut tricks that I learned, tricking off of that and that mountain corner to take the corner much easier. Some people go above. I decided it works for me to go down. Now on this area right here, I jump from rail to rail because they will shoot something, and if it's on the track, it'll follow you and hit you. Now this little shortcut over here I learned quite recently, and it works for me. Now I know there's a lot of people that take this shortcut a bunch of different ways, but like I said, do what works for you. Sometimes you can do everybody else's strategy and it may work, and then sometimes it may not. Now you see, nobody behind me. Victory with nobody behind me. You got to put together these things, which I know they seem like a lot at first, because they are a lot. But this is the game of Mario Kart World. If you want to play Mario Kart World, you have to play by these mechanics. And like I said, I would love to tell you that you could just drive on the track with none of these knowledge or these mechanics and win, but the odds are stacked against you. 99-1, they're stacked against you. So on one hand, the computer plays at your level, which is true. If you drive a certain way, the computer will drive a certain way. If you drive a higher way, the computer will drive a higher way. And then sometimes the computer, with all the advantages, will just cheat you out of a win. Sometimes it comes down to just that. So to more secure yourself not to lose because the computer cheated you out of a win is to be ahead of them by far. That way, no matter what strategy and what they try to do against you, you can still win. Now, I would love to tell you that lightning bolts, blue shells, red shells would be the end-all be-all of how the computer cheats you. But the computer cheats you also by bringing a random car on the board that just throws bombs of banana peels in front of you, and it swerves across the road and lays them everywhere. This is the Hail Mary play to take you out. And 9 times out of 10, it will. Because if you miss a banana peel, then the bomb is scattered at the right point and left points for you to hit them. And it can be quite perplexing the first time you come across that car that just randomly drives onto the road out of nowhere, throwing stuff at you. Now, in other videos, when we get a chance, I will show you about the truck, the spaceship, the boat, and the helicopter. There are things that you can take, vehicles you can drive into, that give you a significant advantage in this game. We haven't even begun on that yet. This is still basics and learning, tricking, grinding, flipping, attacking, rewind features. These are just basic strategies we're learning in these videos. So, ladies and jelly spoons, you just saw the victory live. You just saw us use the mechanics that we've been learning in the last few videos, putting it all together and coming out on top with the victory. Now, on Whistle Summit, there are 1,000 different strategies on that board. I would say do what works for you. I've seen world record strategies of people jumping on that board that I was on and going higher to another level and taking that last corner on the very top of the building. I've seen it. I've done it a few times. I'm not comfortable taking it, and I'm not going to risk it in a race where literally that's the end. If you mess up, that's the end. So, like I said, work on them in time trials and then apply them on the board. Only when you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable with the strategy, abandon it. I can't say that enough. If you're not comfortable with your strategy that you've been practicing, abandon it. But if you're not afraid and you have the heart, it will pay off in dividends unfathomable in Mario Kart World. Till next time, I'll see you guys hopefully on the tracks. Till next time, it's your boy the Game Ninja from Mario Kart Mechanics, and I'll see you guys next time.